Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday, September 6th, and it's a little bit gloomy here in my neck of the woods. I thought it was going to be a sunny day, but I guess not. But that's okay. So we're going to get started in a minute. And before I forget, a week from tomorrow, I'm doing our little class on our little cauldrons, our cute little pumpkin cauldrons. Whoops, there we go. Those. So if you're interested in that, class is at 9 o'clock. Let me know you're coming. Let me know how many you want. How cute is that? Or you want me to send you long distance, I can do that as well. The setups. Okay, it is 10 o'clock. Good morning, good morning. So if you're with me, please pop on and say hi. Let me put this little light on. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to do today. We are going to do these two cards. We're going to do this Christmas card and we're going to do this note card. So I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to start with the Christmas card. So let me get this out of the way, and let me get this out of the way. I got to show you a couple things here about this card. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to bring in the basic white and get this all appropriately folded. You know, it's already been scored, blah, blah, blah. You already know the routine on that. There we go. So there's that. So then the next thing was I took a piece of shaded spruce cardstock as a layer. So that's going to go on like that. So allow me to get my, whoops, wait a minute. What did I do with it? Wait a minute. Hold on. Here it is. Okay, here we go. I needed my little silicone pad. Can't live without my silicone pad. I love my tools. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to add some adhesive to this, all four sides, because I want to make sure it sticks nicely. Nothing worse than a card you make falling apart. Can't have that happen. Okay, so this is going to go on like this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of white, and this is 5 by 3 3/4. Good morning, Colleen. Thank you for joining me this morning. Very nice to have you with me. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're working on the Christmas card. This is the first card we're going to do. Let me show you real quick again. Here we go. Here it is. There we go. All right, so that's the one we're going to do. So now I'm going to take some of my inks, and I'm going to start with the acorns. Now, I have used a combination of stamp sets here. I've used the Christmas season stamp set, which has the acorns in it, and the berries and the greenery. I also used Merriest Moments for the message, and then I used Brightest Glow for the message. So there are it's a combination, which we can easily do. It's not a problem. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take the large solid stamp, the pine cone stamp like that. See that? You can see that it's pretty, yeah, you can see that's pretty good there. Okay, and I'm going to use soft suede. And I'm going to stamp this. Now I changed the colors a little bit from the sample that I used, but that's okay. So I'm going to stamp it once here, and then I'm going to stamp it once up here, off stamping. And then I'm going to ink it up again and bring it up to this corner up here, stamp it, and then just leave it. So there's that. So then, and I'm also going to do my envelope while I'm at it. So let me get the envelope done. And I'm going to stamp it like that. Okay, isn't that pretty? I love pine cones. Hey, Barbara, good morning. It's very nice that you're with us this morning. Thank you for joining me. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take pecan pie. Hey, Jan, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me. All right, so here's pecan pie. Now I'm going to take the smaller stamp that has the lines on it that will only ink up the lines. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to bring it right over on top of that one. Oh, look at that. And then I'm going to do this one like that. And then I'm going to huff just a little bit, which is what I just did, and stamp it like that. Now, I think this color combination looks a little bit better than the one that I initially did. I used Copper Clad and soft suede, but I think this looks much more realistic. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so now I'm going to also do my envelope. So here I'm going to stamp it. I'm going to stamp it off on my paper and then bring it in like this. Perfect. Just subtle like that. All right, so I'm done with that. Then the next thing I'm going to do is maybe, I got to put some candle wax on that to loosen that up a little bit. All right, let me move that out of the way. Now I'm going to bring my shaded spruce, and I'm going to do the greenery. Shaded spruce, we're going to bring this in, and I'm going to ink this up once here. I'm going to bring it here one time, just stamping on, stamping off, and then I'm going to bring it up to the side right here, just a little bit like that. And then one more, no, I'm not going to do one more time. I'm just going to do it like that. Then I'm going to huff. There, a little bit of a huff. Bring that in. There, perfect. I'm very happy with that. I'm not going to do anything with the envelope. The envelope is all done. Now I'm going to take my berries and real red ink, and I'm going to plop those on. And I got a little situation. Remember how I say there are no mistake? What was the first brown? I used soft suede, Jan. Soft suede, and then pecan pie. On my sample, I used it differently, and I didn't like it quite as well as I like this. So I'm going to stamp some berries here, huff that, there, a little bit light, and then one more time up here, just a little bit like that. Perfect. Then, I am done with this. Let me get this out of the way. All right, now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss, wet emboss the message. Now the message on the outside says Season's Greetings, and that is from the, Season's Greetings is from the, where is it from? Oh, it's from Merriest Moments. It's Merriest Moments right here. There we go, Season's Greetings. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to take my little rosin pad, and I'm just going to powder it down here. And then I'm going to take my Versamark, and I'm going to take my stamp, and I'm going to get this inked up, and I'm going to bring this in right here. Now I'm going to put this right down to the right-hand side, as far down as I can get, with a tiny little bit of an edge. And I'm going to show you why in a second. Hold on. Now I'm going to take the copper embossing powder, and there we go, lovely. Perfect. I'm going to just sprinkle this one more time. There we go. And now I'm going to take my heat tool, and you'll have to bear with me for a second. I'm just going to heat this up. Can't really talk to you while we do this because it gets a little bit loud and noisy. So let's just see if we can get this done quickly. And now it's starting to melt. I don't know if you can see it. I will show you momentarily. I love wet embossing. I just like the magic of it. I think it's beautiful. And I think we are done. Perfect. All right, let me put that over there to cool off, and let me move this out of the way. Actually, I should have moved that out of the way when I was doing it. I told you the story about one of the first times I did wet embossing, and the whole thing blew up in front of me because I had the heat tool right next to it. But anyway, there you go. See that beautiful embossing? Now, on my sample, you can see that I used the Snowflake Sky embossing folder. And you can see up here that there aren't as many snowflakes as there are down the bottom. When I embossed this after I had done all the stamping like I've done right now, I noticed that it really kind of flattened this out, and it just, to me, it looked a little bit busy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my folder, and you can see at the top of the folder there aren't as many snowflakes or snowflecks here. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it in right down here, as far down as I can. Let me see. Yep. I'm going to bring it all the way over to the right-hand side, just like that. Now, give me a minute. I have to go over to my Stamp and Emboss machine. I'll be right back. And then we'll see what it looks like. Alrighty then. And I'm back. All right, let's see how this looks. I'm going to take this out, and oh, that's much better. Look at that. See that? So the season's greetings is very clearly, well, you can see it on the other one too. It's not that you can't, but it's much more clear on this one. So that's that. So then I'm going to take this and add some adhesive to this. And we are almost done. Can you believe this is number 10? This is Christmas card in September, number 10. Holy moly. All right, so let's put this on like this. Like this. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Now, if you noticed, and you may have, on my sample, I have the first mistake that I've ever made in Stampin' Up. That's not true. I've made a lot of silly mistakes. But anyway, so if you can see, I added some retired, this is very old. This is called Dazzling Diamonds, and it's like crystal effects with dazzling diamonds in it. This is a very old bottle that I had. And so when I used it, I put it on. Unfortunately, I sneezed. I sneezed just as I was putting this last glob of it on, and it kind of bled out. So I'm going to be really, really careful this time. And I am going to put this in. Oh, you know what? I have to put the message on the inside. The message on the inside says, wishing you, what did I do with it? It's here somewhere. Oh, right here. All right, let's do this. I completely forgot about this. And I embossed this too because I love that gold, that copper embossing powder. So let's go back here and do this like this. All right, and then my little Versamark. And then, here we go. Now, if I'm going to do these in class, we'll probably use my Stamparatus because, you know, people will do it. It's a lot easier when we do it like this. But for this one, I just decided I can do this like this. Thank you, Jan. All right, so there is that. And then let's add a little bit of embossing powder. Look at that. And now let me heat this up very quickly. Hold on, everybody. Have a swig of your tea or coffee or your cereal, whatever you're doing. And there we go, by the magic. There we go. Done deal. Done deal. Isn't that pretty? Look at how pretty that looks. Don't you just love wet embossing? Look at how beautiful that is. Anyway, that's that. So let me take this out of the way. And then, now we're going to get back to this iridescent. Here we go. So let me see if we can do this without making a mess. All right, so I've been shaking this up a lot because it needs to be shaken. So let me see if I can just come in here and add a little bit. There we go. And this does take a while to dry. There we go, much better. I won't sneeze. It was one of those sneezes that came up like, you know how sometimes you have, well, most of the time, at least for me, I have warning that I'm going to sneeze. You know, it's kind of just starts and then you know it's coming. Well, this one was not. This just occurred. It was like, oh my gosh. All right, so there's that. Maybe I'll just add a little bit here to this little tiny bit right there. Now, this has got to dry. This does take a while to dry. And then, of course, I decided to use a little bit of Winky, and I just did a little bit of highlighting. I didn't do all of the pine cones, just like this. Just kind of the tops, that little piece where the the pecan pie ink sits on top of that. So just like this, a little bit. Just a little, to give it a little bit of extra excitement. And once again, I picked the Wink of Stella that's almost dry. Oh, well, it's okay. I have more. Believe me, I got another order in this week. All right, so there it is. Isn't that a pretty card? I think it's really classy and simple and very easy. And I love the way the embossing folder did most of the embossing up here and left this area for the Season's Greetings blank like that. So here is this. Here is the envelope. And there that is. That's card number 1, which is card number 10 in our Christmas in July, August, and now September. Okay, so now let's get back to this card. I love note cards, and I love this color. I love black and white. You know, I'm a totally black and white person. This is actually vanilla, which is fine. I like that too. So on this one, I used the translucent, Thoughtful Wishes stamp set. I used this, which I absolutely love. But then I was looking, and I said, you know what? I haven't used this one in a long time. Nature's Harvest, which is one of my all-time favorites. I love this. It looks like coneflowers, purple coneflowers. So I'm going to use this one on this. So let me get my black ink, my Memento. Let me take this out of the way and put this here. And let me get my base and all the stuff that I need for this. Here's my little ribbon. By the way, this ribbon is actually vanilla and black. I love this ribbon. And I didn't tie a knot. I just tied a little bow. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to take, now there are two pieces. One is larger than the other. The smaller one is the one that goes on the outside of the card. So that's the one I'm going to use right now. So here is this, and talk about simple. You just take this, ink this up, and then place it however you want, like that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, and then I'm going to take the outside of the envelope, the lower right-hand corner, and stamp it right like this. And then I'm going to stamp the inside of the card, again, just with this, like that. Let me get that out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. And then I'm going to take the message that says, thinking of you fondly. And this is going to go on the outside of the card. So I'm going to stamp this right here, like this. Perfect. And then I shall bring this in. I'm going to bring my piece of black paper. Where is my black? What did I do with it? Did I drop it? Oh, wait a minute. It's the card, you silly goose. Sorry. It's the card base. All right, here is this. And then a little bit of our adhesive. I will eventually get to the using the Stamp and Seal and Stamp and Seal Plus, but I still have a lot of snail left. I don't even want to tell you how many containers I have. All right, so this is going to go on like this. East, south, northwest. Right, Jan? East, south, northwest. Make sure it's nice and even like that. Perfect. And then I am going to take my little ribbon with my pick-me-up tool, and I'm going to add some glue dots. Probably, let's see. I don't know. We'll probably do 3. I just want to always make sure that this thing sticks down nicely. And then I'm just going to pick those off. I love my little pick-me-up tool. It's so easy to use this. All right, now I'm going to put this on just like the, whoops, there was a little piece of hair there. There we go. Okay, like that. Isn't that pretty? I'm not done yet. Then I'm going to take these gems. I love these gems. They're so, so pretty. And I'm going to take my little tiny butterfly punch, and I'm going to take a piece of, this is Blackberry Bliss designer paper, retired, but it's beautiful. I'm going to take that little piece, this little butterfly. I am going to take a dimensional, and I'm going to cut this, the edge. You know how I feel about edges. Love edges. And there we go. I'm going to put this on just like this. Perfect. And this little butterfly is going to land on, let's see, I think we'll put it right here, like that. And then I'm going to take these gems. Now these are the Purple Fine Shimmer gems. They come in a gradation of color. And I'm going to take the one that has a little bit of the rich raspberry. I'm going to use a large one. I think I'll put it right there. And then I'll take 2 small ones. I'll put one right like there, and I'll take another one and I'll put it, whoops, that one didn't get the adhesive. Let's bring that, there we go. And I'm going to put this right here, like that. And there we have it. Let me get this out of the way. So here is this card. Here is the inside. So let me put the inside in. There we go. And I love this. And you can do, I mean, you know, I have a lot of floral selection. So whatever you want to use, you certainly can. But I thought this was beautiful. So I'm going to put this on like this. And there we have it. Talk about easy. Isn't that lovely? So there is this one, and there is this one. Thoughtful Wishes, and the, whoops, what did I do with the, there we go. All right. Perfect. There you go. So that is what we're going to be doing for next week. We're going to do Christmas card number 10, which is this one. Wait a minute, let me bring this in again so you can see. Here we go, this one. And then we're going to do this note card, and you'll have your choice of whatever you want. So there you go. How's that? All right. So this has been a quick morning, friends. It's been a little bit of a hard week for us and our family. My brother-in-law passed away the early part of the week. So as you all know, when you have situations like that, your family groups together and you do things. So anyway, that's where my mind has been. But anyway, I want to thank you all for joining me this morning. It was great. And I will see you next week. Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing on this card. Wait, hold on. Here we go. I forgot one thing. I forgot to color my butterfly with Wink of Stella. There we go. I just noticed that because you know how I am about Wink of Stella. So there we go. Perfect. All right. There it is. All right, my friends. That's it for today. I will see you next week. I hope you have a lovely week. And thank you for joining me. I really appreciate your support. Thanks a lot. And don't forget about a week from tomorrow, I'm doing this class for my little cauldrons. So if you're interested in this, let me know. That will be a fun class to make the cauldrons. And the price of the cauldrons includes the candy that's inside. All right. Have a great week. I love you all. Thanks again. Bye.